Today's episode is sponsored by Dynasty Athletic Performance and NC Football Connections.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Offseason 365 podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all platforms to stay updated with the latest episodes, coaching insights, and football conversations. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, follow us on Facebook and X. Thank you for listening and being a part of the Offseason 365 community. Today, we have a special guest. We have Coach Tommy Mallory, offensive coordinator, quarterback, wide receiver coach at Piedmont High School in Monroe, North Carolina. What's up, Coach? How are you?
What's up, man? I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm making it, man. Appreciate you for hopping on and appreciate you for carving time out to hop on with us. For those who don't know, before we got up here, we're just talking about the summer, how wacky that can be. Coach, they got a lot of stuff going on, 7-on-7s, at a local high school. And then next thing you know, they're on a college campus. So for those who don't know about the way things go in the summer, man, younger coaches specifically, there's a lot of nuts and bolts and a lot of logistics that goes on. So anytime we get a coach to hop on in the summertime, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
All right, so Coach, before we get into today's talking point about managing multiple hats on the offensive side, give our listeners a quick snapshot of your journey up until this point.
All right, so quick snapshot. I was at ECU, graduated from there, so I always wanted to get into coaching, and I kind of knew whenever I was done playing, that would be, it'd be that time. So I just didn't know when it would happen. Got injured twice my senior year, got injured on campus. And I was like, all right, what is the time? Like, when is my time going to be to take that step? I took that step. I got in with Coach Roberts. He was the receiver coach down there that year. So I got in with him. I was like, how can I get into it? I started with recruiting and then just tried to, run and get something for somebody. And he ended up taking me under his wing. So it was fun out there. And after that, so I was doing that for the end of my junior year, my senior year. And then I was like, all right, well, I want to be an offensive coordinator. Like, I want to be an offensive coordinator. At the time, I was 20 during football season senior year. So graduated at 21. And I'm like, all right, I want to be an OC. And everybody like, you're not going to be an OC at 21. Like, it's not going to happen. So, I just kept shooting my shot. I shot my shot at a bunch of programs, seeing teams that needed help. And enter Southside. So I was at Southside High School last year. Last year was fun. It was definitely different. So they were a wing T program.
Oh, yeah.
Wing T for years and years and years. And, at ECU, it's the ball as fast as possible. We're trying to air it out 35, 45 times a game for game.
Minimum.
Yeah. So it's different. And, the coach there, he was a defensive-minded guy. So he was like, yeah, I'm looking for an OC. This is my first year as head coach. I'm taking over this program. We won, I think it was 3 games the past 2 years. He's like, we need something to change. I entered myself there. And, it was fun. It was different trying to get one. It's a 2A school. So we only got, we had 35 heads in our whole program. We had no JD. And I was
both ways. People playing both ways.
Both ways. Your best players playing both ways. And then they got to learn this passing concept, and they have to try to go fast with it. So, so it was different. And, I was out there. We won 5 games, went to the second round of playoffs. First round of playoffs, we put up 50. So it was high. It was home game. So, and then ended up losing in the second round of North Duplin. They had $10 on that team. So then I was like, all right, I'm looking for a new opportunity. Now, my thing was there, I wasn't able to look at it through my, through my lens. I felt like as an offensive coordinator, I was like, okay, I was told I can come in and do these different things, We had some changes with admin. And when I was brought there, they were like, within the first 2 years, you're going to be a head coach. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a head coach before 23. That's great. That's different. I'm like, I want to be different. And we had different admin changes, and my head coach was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm able to be in the offense a little bit more. And he kind of tried to change us to be more of a run team where we didn't have the guys to do it. Like, we didn't have guys to go downhill. We had the guys that could throw the ball, they could catch it, but yeah, it was just a different transition process. So after the season, I was like, all right, well, I want to go somewhere where I'm really able to be me, because I felt like as a coach, like we're supposed to put our players in the best position, and I'm like, I want to be able to do that, like truthfully be able to do that, truthfully be able to believe in it. So enter Coach Dillard. He took me in at Piedmont, and I've been here now, and we've been rocking. Spring ball was amazing.
Nice.
I knew, like, I saw the roster, and I was like, we've got some guys that, like, they haven't won anything, haven't scored over 200 points in 4 or 5 years. So I'm like, I know I can, if I get my hands on this team, I'll be able to, one, kind of keep that ECU philosophy, but still be able to be me. And truthfully, that's how it's been. I've been able to get my guys to kind of embody this personality where it's like, I don't care who's in front of me, I just want to be great, and I want to take what's mine. So that's what we've been doing, and we're trying to just build that up at Piedmont. It's been fun.
Love the story, man, and power. Anytime a Power brother is out here, earning their keep is always a beautiful thing. It's funny that you say that, because what you're going to realize, especially the longer you're in this thing, is that the more systems you have access to, the better. For example, when you get your opportunity to take over a program, and it's going to be here before you know it, but whenever that happens, you might be in a situation where you have a lot of backs, but not a lot of receivers, right? Obviously, you can teach your backs to catch passes, but then you might brush off that wing T playbook and say, yo, dog, like, hey, listen, install this wing T. I feel good about the 121, 929, the 182 down, right? And let's roll, right? But then and then that class graduate, and then at that same school, you'll get a lot of little guys. Absolutely. And someone that can spin it. So, hey, let's get to this air raid, that run and shoot stuff, and adjust on the fly, So, because I actually played in a wing T offense. I played in a wing T offense being from the East, but when I went to ECU, we were like a pro style. So we were, one year we had 4 receivers on the field at all times, right? Then the next year we had multiple backs, and you just adjust. But like you said, when y'all come through, man, and spin the skin and breaking all types of records, and the bulbs on the scoreboards exploding because you guys are scoring so much, man, I was like, love to hear it, man. But yeah, let's talk about managing multiple hats, because what our listeners might not realize is that you're you're juggling a lot. You're juggling play caller responsibility, which is a beast in itself, but you're also coaching multiple position groups. So as an offensive coordinator who coaches multiple position groups, how do you effectively divide your time and attention throughout the week?
Yeah, so it's a lot. Like it really is a lot. At Southside, it was different. I was really coaching quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and then I was play calling. And it's like, yeah, you got a lot of responsibilities. I think I tell my players the biggest thing just in football period is trust. Like, it's the ultimate sport. So if your quarterback doesn't trust your receivers, you're not gonna be able to make that throw. Or if coaches don't trust coaches, you're not gonna be able to make these throws. And so because Piedmont's in this weird transitional period where it's like head coach is trying to build a program and he's trying to get offensive stability. Like he said, I'm his third OC in his 3 years here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like everybody's in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
And you're right. And I'm from the Raleigh area. I went out to the Greenville area, and then now I went all the way across the state to Charlotte. So it's like,
full triangle, man.
Yeah. Everybody that I've got that's, like, I would be a resource that I can trust and bring you out here to build something. It's like, are you going to drive out here, 3-4 hours? So it's different. Being out here, I'm like, I don't want to bring anyone in to just have someone here. Like, I want someone that I know is going to have that same embodiment that, the rest of our coaches have. So it's definitely different. I got an O-line coach, and he's been in the game for 30 years. He's
nice.
Yeah, he's he's my rock. And he makes it very easy. And it's like, okay, just skill guys. So now I've got quarterbacks, receivers. I got a running backs coach and quarterbacks, receivers. Thankfully, I've got guys, but they're all raw. Like, at receiver, we've got, like, I got a 6'6" tight end that I feel like could be a demon. And then I've got a 6'2" receiver, Kedrick Bell. He's a beast. and he's about to be a sophomore, so he's still raw. So he's trying to break those freshman tendencies. And but then again, he's like he'll make some catches where you're like, dude, like yes, like and he got that dream to play on Saturday. So it's like, okay, can I break that? Can I break that? Let's do it. Let's go do it. Let's get you where you want to be. So yeah, I mean, having special kids helps out a lot.
Yeah.
My quarterback, he's rising senior, but he's been I'm his fourth offense in 4 years.
Yeah.
So like it's a blessing, but it's also a curse because yes, fourth offense, but he's so resilient now to where like, he hasn't had stability at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
So he's basically been coaching himself. So like I train outside of school as well. So I'm like during training sessions, okay, I'm gonna pour everything into you, and then receiver session, I'm gonna pour everything into you. When we go to practices, quarterback and receiver, it's easy to pair them together, but it's hard to watch both at the same time. You might have cut your route at 5. It was you ran around it out and it wasn't hard cut it, or you hard cut it instead. You put too much juice on it. You trying to look cool, and then, like my quarterback shoulder was up. Okay. Like you're not driving through. Okay. Does your feet lead with your eyes? There's so many things. So, I mean, film is that's your best friend.
Yeah. I agree. That definitely that film.
Film is your best friend, but it's just, you got to spend time, like extra time. Like we just had a 7-on-7. It's like, okay, go watch the whole film through. And thankfully, because I'm a play caller, it like I want to do it more because I'm going to watch my whole concept as is. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna watch this whole film. I gotta watch it twice all the way through for my quarterback. Then I gotta watch it twice all the way through for my receivers.
There you go.
I really gotta watch it 4 times because I gotta watch it in person. So yeah, it's a lot of time, but I'm lucky. I'm like, I tell my coach all the time, I'm like, what do you need me to do? I'm 22. I don't have any kids. I got a dog. I got a fiance. I'm good. Got the time. So yeah, it's fun, but it's hard to balance. And then play calling responsibilities, of course. I'm like, okay, I'm making this scheme, but it helps me. I feel like the biggest blessing is being in touch with your players because I'm not floating around and watching position groups be position groups. I'm like hands-on with both of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you look like you might be the starter on Monday. Tuesday, you look terrible.
Accountability, man.
Accountability. And it's also like from a wide receiver standpoint, I'm able to talk to them and I'm telling them because that's what I'm experienced at. I'm like, dude, as receivers, we have to be our safety blanket. We have to be our quarterback safety blanket. No matter what it is, it's on us. I want you to make sure you feel like it's on you. Even if you ran the right route, you ran it perfectly or whatever, and you didn't get the ball, you're not open. You're not open. If he can't see, I tell them all the time, like if the quarterback isn't looking at you visibly while you're open, you are not open. So that's on you. So they, I'm holding them to that accountability. And then when I'm talking to my quarterback, I'm like, okay, he dropped that pass, right? He's like, yeah, he dropped that pass. I'm like, okay, but could we have made like just threw a kinder ball? Could we have put him in a place where he could catch it up? Like what can we do better? So just being able to, I'm like kind of 2 different people at once, and I'm just holding him accountable, but they're getting the same thing. So hey, it's not like it's like there's receivers are saying it's on me. Quarterback are saying it's on me. And you might have 2 different coaches at those spots where they're like, hey man, like quarterback coach might be like, hey, that's a good ball. Ain't nothing else we could do. Your receivers coach is like, man, we got to put on the money. So they're, conflicting it's just me. So we ain't got no conflict. So yes, it's a blessing in that way. But yeah, it's different. It's making the kids be more resilient and it's making me better at my job. And I definitely know, as I keep growing in with play calling and all this, it's like, I know exactly what I want from those spots when I do, go out and make those hires. So.
Yeah. You brought up a lot of great points, and the longer you're in this thing, the more you're going to realize that, hey, you just have to be, you got to have a growth mindset. You have to be willing to adjust and go here. Like for example, you're working with multiple position groups, right? Well, next year, you might have a quarterback coach or you might have a receiver coach, and that's going to free you up to just focus on a specific area. And then there might be times where you can just coordinate and you have positional coaches and you can move around, right? But like you said, it all boils down to being flexible and adjusting on the fly. And if you do have a good coach, man, lean on them. You mentioned something about your offensive line coach. I mean, my goodness, you said 30 plus years. My goodness. He done, I mean, he done seen it all, man. He done seen it all, so leaning on your help is very, very important,
Absolutely.
So what, let's touch on that a little bit more. So, what roles do your assistant coaches play in helping you manage multiple responsibilities, and how do you delegate effectively? I mean, for example, you talked about your offensive line coach, and you touched on a few other coaches as well. Do you lean on your offensive line coach to help you more in the run game? Like, hey, look, you take care of all the run responsibilities, all the pass pros, or how do you balance that stuff out?
Yeah. So I think it'll definitely be different here at
Mhm.
Southside since they were a run team. I was the only new hire over there, so they
Okay.
were really just straight run.
Okay.
So there'll be times where like I'm talking to my box guy,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Hey, this far side corner, I just need to see his depth so I can
Mm.
make this call in the next play. Let me see his depth, and then let me see like what his drop was." And
Mm.
he's like, "All right." And then the next play, I might not get any feedback on that because
Yeah.
his eyes just naturally he wants to go
Yeah.
look at the retake.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
So it's definitely different.
Hmm.
Here with my guy that's been in the game 30 years, my O-line coach,
Hmm.
like run responsibility, that's all you. And he
Hmm.
was a wing T guy in the past.
Not nice.
Ran when I was in high school, we ran spread and wing T.
Hmm.
So I'm adapting to that here. I'm like, okay, I do want to have wing T because I like to shift a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
and you got that buck sweet in your pocket too,
I
which
love
we
that.
know that's the holy grail on that wing tee, that buck sweet.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got two speed bags that can go.
Oh
Like
yeah.
one of them, he's about to be a junior. He's running 11.3. So I'm like,
Woo, he
yeah,
moving.
11.3 and a one. So I'm like, yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely need to get you the ball on the outside. But yeah, no. So all line guy, he's really your strictly run game. Pass pros, let me know what you think.
Mm,
But truthfully, it's like, how do you feel about that? Like,
mm,
is this exchange something that, like, you see, like Wing T, he's more versed on it than I am. I
yeah.
want to run it, but I'm like, okay, they're like, you want him to step on a dime, and then like, how is this handoff? So
Mm,
even like, I'll let him like, hey, quarterback, he might be quarterback. I need you to be here on this.
mm,
And that's completely like, yeah, you know it better than me.
mm,
If there's anybody on this staff that can give us a better chance to win, then absolutely give your input. So yeah, he'll go to other places, but yeah, he's O line and give your input wherever, like truthfully. And my running backs coach, he's the same way. I'm like, okay, these are the drills I need for Indy
nice.
this day. I need you to we need to work on jump cuts. Our
Ah,
biggest,
yeah.
the way I look at every day is kind of like it's kind of like a workout routine. So
Hmm.
practice, like, okay, if you go to the gym, you're hitting back one day, you're hitting chest the next, you're hitting.
Hmm.
So I'm like, individually in all of our indie days, these 4 days a week, we need to make sure that we are getting better at one thing every
Hmm.
single day. So it's like, okay, jump cuts, and that might switch just because you got the workout plan, but
Yeah.
something like that on Monday, we're like, all right, we got to hit this on Tuesday
Yeah.
hard and just take that, take it away, whatever else it was. So yeah, just different things, being flexible. I think they all know it's like Bruce Lee, be water. Like truthfully, that's just what we got to be. I tell them all the time, like, just be water. We got to find a way to be flexible, let our guys be them. And in our offense, like, I allow the players to kind of make it theirs. Like, be you.
Mm,
I always tell them that, be you. Don't be anybody you're not. Like, if I'm 5'8", don't try to play 6'2". If I'm
mm.
6'2", don't try to be 5. Be who
Yeah. Be who you are.
and trust me, I'm gonna find a place to use you. So yeah, just being flexible. But yeah, O-line guy, he's more run game. Our running backs coach, he's helping out with the run game, and he'll give input on pass. Like, so I played running back and receiver, but when it comes to like, I love to have my running back in the passing game.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when it comes to pass pro, it's different, and it's like,
Mm,
okay, what are we gonna see? So
mm,
at Piedmont, because this is my first year here, it'll definitely change. Like, our roles, I feel like, will be something week one, and they might, adjust to something a little bit more week two.
mhm,
But right now, O line guy, he's straight looking run game and pass pro, and I'm big on pass pro. And then, yeah, my running backs coach, he helps out with really anything in the backfield. Just
mm.
make sure everybody's right, make sure my quarterback's a runner.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. I like it. Burnout. Burnout is a very real thing. Right now, for those who don't know, in the summertime, man, it's a marathon. We're not in the school building, but we're everywhere as a play caller. you being a play caller, also helping with positional groups, also helping, being relevant at home and et cetera, or being present at home, at home. How do you prevent burnout while handling play calling, game planning, film breakdown, and position coaching duties? Like, how do you balance it all to be present at each spot?
Yeah. I'll say it's mental. Like,
Mhm.
it's so mental. I had Coach Rob at ECU. He would always come out, and I'm a big psychology guy. I minored in psychology.
Mhm.
So he would come out and he would have like just flavored water. It would be
Mhm.
just, it's yellow, red, whatever color it is. He'll come out and be like, I got that juice, man. I got that juice. We good. I got that juice. And like it's 6 a.m. workouts. Everybody they're like, come on, like now, like what is he talking about? He got that juice. What is in his drink? Like finally, it was like day 10 of fall camp. And it was like, Mal, what is in his drink? I'm like, bro, I'm like, this bro, he got what's it called? Crystal Light in there, bro.
That's it.
But I'm like, it's all
Water down lemonade, man.
it's watered down lemonade. It's just mental, bro. He's it's kind of like Michael Jordan's secret stuff.
Mhm.
Like ain't nothing in there. It's just
Yeah.
give them that mental
All
kick.
mental for sure.
So I tell them, like, with burnout, when it comes to me, I'm like, I can't get burned out. I don't have that decision. Like it's not an option. You
Mhm.
cannot get burned out. So it is tough. Like definitely there's sometimes where I'm like, all right, like I got my quarterback good. Okay, I got my receiver good. All right, I know the scheme is the scheme. And then I'm like, I want to take stuff out my playbook.
Mhm.
I want to add stuff to my playbook. And I'm like, all right, how am I going to install this? How does this play off of this? How does
Mhm.
this play off of that? And truthfully, I feel like now, I mean, my lady knows it's we live together, so she knows like it's summertime. You don't really have me back until December.
Yeah.
Hopefully until after the second week of December, you don't have me
Mhm.
back. So it's like she just helps me out with everything. So maybe we gotta put something here. I need a little bit of help here. Yeah, let's go. So she helps me out a lot. But yeah, I mean, yeah, when it comes to position coaching, it's truthfully a lot. Like there's no way to dumb it
Yeah.
down. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's just how you look at it. I'm like,
Correct.
if I'm put in
Correct.
a position, it's because I can handle it. God's never gonna give me more than I can handle. So
Correct.
if I got it on my plate, then it's time to eat. It's what I asked for. I gotta go get it.
Yeah, and a lot of it is, the old saying in the coaching profession is it takes what it takes,
Yeah.
right? And for those who desire to someday be a play caller, the on the field product, that's one thing, but most of the work is behind closed doors when no one is seeing it. The weekends, late nights,
Yes.
organizing your practice plan, setting your groups, on what periods do you have, how much time do you have after having a conversation with your head coach, how much time do I have,
Mhm.
do we need to repeat, have we mastered the concept, right? It takes what it takes, it takes what it takes. And the best piece of advice I can give anyone is rest, right? Like know when to go to sleep, know when to lock in,
Mhm.
position yourself where you're uninterrupted, put your phone away, right? And then taking advantage of your weekends, like you guys are going, you guys are going, what, Monday through Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Monday through
okay, Monday through Thursday. So making the most of your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to recharge and rinse and repeat, but it takes what it takes. And grit is, it's all about your grit, man. All about your grit. And I highly recommend for anyone who hasn't read the book I'm working on right now, check it out. They have the psychology piece to it, and they're explaining like what it takes to get your mind right so that you can be your best version of yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
365, So
Yeah.
but before I let you go, coach, before I let you go, what advice would you give to a young coach who is asked to coordinate an offense while coaching multiple position groups for the very first time?
For the very first time, you got to come in open-minded and truthfully be flexible. Like if you're not flexible, it's just not for you as an offensive play caller. I always tell my guys we're a fast-paced offense, so we are
really we're trying to get feedback from the play before. We're not trying to really make too many reads at the line.
Yeah.
It's what did they do before? Let's get set so that they can't even change it up. And that's what they're running. And yeah, you got to go in and truthfully be like, I mean, same way you said, like, we're going Monday through Thursday, utilize your weekend to prioritize. Like yesterday, for example, we were done, finished practice, had my film session, and my starting quarterback wasn't there because he was at a visit at Roanoke. So I'm like, all right, he's at a visit. So this morning I was like, you know, we're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we got to go to Charlotte tomorrow. I'm like, hey, I need you to come get this film. Like, meet me at the field house at 7. So 7 a.m. we're up, we're at the field house, we're breaking it down. And I'm like, that's our time. Truthfully, we're uninterrupted. There's no distractions going in and out. But yeah, you have to prioritize different people. And that's the beauty of it is you do get that time to still be a position coach where it's one-on-one. Okay, I'm coaching my quarterback. We're going through this film. It's just me and you. Let's do it. And then I get to take my receivers. Hey, we're going through this film. It's just me and you. We'll collab as a team. Okay, it's all of us together. But yeah, getting that time where they don't feel like, all right, like you're just an OC coaches just talking to all of us. My receiver coach is saying this, and my quarterback's coach is saying this. You know, just truthfully, like, prioritize everybody. Like if you cannot prioritize people and push people to, you know, be who they are, but also like make them believe. Like I always tell our guys, it's like that's our motto offensively is make them believe. You know, we're coming out and this team hasn't gone 2-0. I found this out. We haven't gone 2-0 since 2003. Yes, September. We haven't started out 2-0, and now I was telling them, I was like, it's crazy because I was bored in 2003, and I was born in December, so I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't even born yet. So you know, like when people look at our program, they're like, you know, it's cool. Like the community comes out because it's a small town. Community comes out and they're there, they're supporting, but they're supporting to be nice. Like, I don't want them to support to be nice. I want them to support because they want to be here. And like offensively, it's like if you turn your head for 1 second, something just happened. Somebody just caught a pass. Somebody just made a crazy run. If we have that +2 mentality, we're always looking for more. And truthfully, I believe like if you can make your team believe in themselves and then you can make them believe in your concepts, it doesn't matter what you call, it doesn't matter, you know, what you're teaching, whether it's wing tee, whether it's run and shoot, whether it's air raid, it's just make them believe in it, teach it every way through and through the way you know how. And, you know, like the sky's the limit. I truthfully believe that.
You know, and I always say this, man, before I let coach go, I always say this, be the assistant coach you want to someday hire. And be intentional with your feedback. I mean, to add on to what you just said, you know, when I'm working with the quarterbacks, you know, I have a sheet, right? And after I'm done typing up my notes like a spreadsheet, I text them all, hey, look at the notes. And you might have to go through it a few times. I mean, for example, you mentioned that you have to go through the same clip 5 to 6 times to make sure that you have notes for the quarterback, have notes for the skill guys, and then occasionally have notes for the offensive line. Well, you know, quarterbacks only is the concept side and then the short side. And then sometimes, you know, like in the air raid where it's the full field stuff, right? You have to figure out a way to organize that and all that good stuff, man. So you brought up a lot of good points, but be the coach you want to someday hire and be intentional with your feedback, man. And relationships is everything.
Absolutely.
Definitely, man. Well, thank you for listening to the All Season 365 podcast. I'm Coach Simmons here with Coach Mallory. Man, we signing off.
Yes, sir.
Today's episode is sponsored by Dynasty Athletic Performance and NC Football Connections.